nothing like that. So, fuck that moon. Or, the ones who went there and they made it back were... Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, they were cloned by the aliens, and this whole time we've been infiltrated by the alien beings that were, let's say, was it John Glenn? Who was it? I know it was Buzz went to the moon, Neil Armstrong, and this last guy. That's it, dude. That's the only people that I think that went to the moon, huh? The other guys were gonna go, and they fucking circled around it and came back. I don't know. Anyway, only a few people have been on the moon, but maybe they're aliens now. And maybe that's why they never went back. They're like... They sent their alien fucking fuzz thoughts into all of our brains. And that's what's happened to the world. And why do the super rich people... what's up with that? Okay, why? There's something that I can tell you about that, guys. If you're sitting there dreaming that you might have that big house and the ranch and the pool and all that stuff, what you have to do in order to make any kind of a difference in this world is you've got to fill your place in society. You've got to do something productive. You've got to perform every single task, right, in front of you to the best of your ability, no matter how small, no matter how big. That will add up to success, right? But what you've got to do, what I'm saying, for your country, for yourself, for your country, you've got to make the most out of yourself, right? You've got to be as successful as you can be for the people around you. It's the best thing that you can do for the world, which means you need to be involved with your neighbors, with your society, with your community. You should probably vote. If you're just sitting back and complaining about things and you're not involved yourself, you're just listening to stories that other people tell you and you're not doing your own research, then guess what? You're an idiot. Or you're not even an idiot. You're ignorant. And ignorance, all you gotta do is, fuck it, get a little bit involved. Get some information on your own. Wow. Unlock your brain power. The number one computer that people don't fucking use is right in between your ears. How do you think all these things around you were invented? By another man, by a human being, right? And some aliens that made it back from the moon after we went there, right? We reverse technology, fucking reverse engineered the Roswell, motherfucking UFOs. And that's where a lot of this stuff comes from. So the best thing that you can do for society is to make the most of yourself. You can vote. If you have a complaint about who is on your city council, then get on there your damn self and make a difference. If you've got a complaint about, what's going on around your community, your city, the only thing that you can do is get involved with your local government. You can vote. You can talk to your peeps. I'll encourage people to talk to their neighbors, get to know them, because that's always your first line of defense whenever it comes to anything that happens. Natural disaster, any kind of a hurricane, any kind of an event, anything like that. You're going to have to depend on your neighbors first. So if you don't like them, it's kind of like your family. You kind of got to accept them, and you've got to make the best of it. And sometimes it turns into having some really good friends. Sometimes it turns into having some really good friends. So how about, has anyone heard of, we'll talk about Pink whenever we return in just a moment to Pink. No, not her, not the hot artist, Corey's wife. Are they still together? I don't know. But the other Pink, some kind of a weird synthetic drug. So if you hear of any kind of weird synthetic drug called Pink, say no. Just say no, and we'll tell you why right after we get back. So I don't know what to think now that after, like my podcasting mentors out there, whenever I listen to some of these guys, podcasting mentors? I don't know. Let's say virtual. Let's say not even podcasters I aspire to be. These guys that just do some stuff, just about like how to improve your podcast and things like this. Is what I was, we're listed just under entertainment. I figured people will find it. Well, and then I'm listening to a couple of these other podcasts about podcasting, and if you happen to be listening to this, you have your own podcast, then anything by Rob Greenlee is really great. That's awesome advice. Always Rob Greenlee. Uh, follow him. Follow him on. I don't have all of his information in front of me. I'm telling you right now that if you have a podcast, listen to anything by Rob Greenlee. It's all real good information. The point that I'm getting at with that is not, it wasn't even him. This was another podcast that I was listening to, and it was saying that how you list, the category that you list your podcast in also makes a really big difference. So maybe we need, I don't know how you all feel about Robcast, but do y'all feel like it's inspirational or something like that? I don't even know what the categories are, to be honest with you. I just, like, when I did this, I feel like I had information to bring. I would like to represent my community, by putting something positive out there, by trying to make someone laugh. Maybe, events, telling some of my most embarrassing moments and stuff like that. Maybe make you feel better about your life. You know what I'm saying? To try to inspire people to do what they love to do every single day whenever they wake up is really the bottom line of the show. And the sealed with a kiss at the show is always, to start out by saying thank you to our military, because I did not serve my country as going into the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, or the Marines. So I figure as long as I have a Robcast from beginning to end, I should always start it out with the intro and then the thank you. To thank you to our military, right? So I mean, really, that's all it is. So I don't know exactly. We need to do a little bit more Robcast soul searching and see if maybe we should change it to. Maybe we're not listed in the quite right category. And I wish they had a not quite right in the head category, because that would have been like, ding, go right there, not quite right in the head. Ga-ram! That's exactly, we should be listed under not quite right in the head. Because just like Tootie always used to tell me, Rob, your biscuits ain't done, Rob. So pink, right? Some new synthetic drug, man. It's a white powder. And guess what? It makes you feel so good that you forget to breathe and you die. So you just quit breathing and you die. It causes respiratory failure and you die. So anything, I don't know, man. These things like this scare me. And it makes me wonder, what drugs are already legal out there. There are definitely a couple of drugs that, I'm hoping just continue on becoming legal, just like they should be, right across the board, and let some conscious adults make their own decision on whether or not to use them, and regulate them to where we know exactly what it is that are in them. And a lot of these other pop-up drug companies will disappear because there will be no need for it. Absolutely no need for it at all. If there's a regulated something, that will replace it. And I'm not saying a regulated K2. I'm saying a regulated something that grew out of the earth. You hear me saying? So yeah, say no to pink. Stay away from it. It's some new form of synthetic drug called pink in the Houston area. I think 3 people have I don't know. People are dying. Okay, people are dying from this shit because it makes you forget to fucking breathe. So say no to pink. Some kind of synthetic bullshit. And people got too much fucking time on their hands whenever they should be reporting to their fucking parole officers, or they should be back in prison. Right? I guess. Or their house is going to explode next Wednesday. Not, I mean, from cooking, from being dumb and cooking the fucking drugs in there, not from any malice intention on our part at all. Oh, single phasing out here, Flip. I mean, where's the show going? We're talking about um, how, uh, well, autonomous cars change our life. And I'm thinking about this. Okay, there are a lot of cars. I'm looking outside, and there's a crashed Chevy pickup out in the field. There's two cars behind it at the neighbors behind them. And then I'm sorry. There's three old cars behind this house. The cars that are normally parked there are not there. But then across the street, we got three cars all parked there. And that's people that live there and people that are visiting. Let's see. Here at our place, we've got a car, but we've got a ton of motorcycles. We've actually got three cars, but only one of them that we drive. And then down the road, they've got two cars and then a big truck with trailers that, guess what? They use the trailers for to haul cars. So that'll be interesting. Also, my neighbor across the street, yeah, that's what he does. He hauls cars with these trailers. And as a matter of fact, he just got him a new car hauler trailer. So how will this change our lives? And I'm saying in the not so far away future, because all of these cars that we see around you will be basically obsolete. Why do you need a car if one will just show up to pick you up to take you wherever you need to go? For less than you can pay for gas to put in your car and chug on down the road. So that's where we're going to be. Not only that, but what I'm starting to think about now is that when there are only fully autonomous cars on the road, then you're not going to be allowed to drive your old ass clunker on the road anymore, and that means your 2016 model, whatever the fuck it is right now. In 2026, you're going to have an auto club, or it's going to have to be retrofitted with these systems or something. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, guys. That's what I'm tripping on because, motorcycles. What are motorcyclists going to do? There's not an autonomous motorcycle, is there? Y'all let me know because I don't think that there is or one in the making. So young people, if you've got children and grandchildren that are getting ready to go into college or they're in junior high and high school, I would encourage you to encourage them to get into all of the automotive systems, get into automotive development because it's a whole different bird. It's just like they say that, I heard Adam Carolla was talking about the difference between the Tesla and the Jaguar, and you can listen to the Adam Carolla show yourself. Again, it's also right here at Spreaker Podcast, but Adam Carolla was talking about the difference between the Tesla and the Jaguar. Well, they're both. The Tesla's electric. The Jaguar doesn't come out until 2018. But the Tesla, the Jaguar that comes out in 2018 is also a fully electric car. This is the one that he's speaking of. But because I think Adam said that his wife has a Tesla now, right? And that he wants to get the Jaguar whenever it comes out, 2018. So he went to this presentation with Jaguar to see the car, yada yada yada. I think he said it was at SEMA. I think he did say it was at SEMA. I'm not sure. I would love to go to SEMA. I would love to go see my Bamo. See what you talking about? No. But the point that I'm making is that what he was saying is that the difference between the Tesla and the Jaguar were that the Jaguar has over 100 years of automotive technology and design and heritage wrapped up into it. And the Tesla is like this total new electric company with an automotive shell wrapped around it. Or this power plant, you know what I mean, with an automotive shell wrapped around it. So that's kind of the